In this series, my good buddy James and I will be opening 36 packs or one booster box of a main series Pokemon set. We will then build a deck with our drafted cards and face each other in a best 2 out of 3 match. Regardless of the outcome, each of us will have a chance to improve our odds in the following episode. And each week we will open the next set in chronological order, adding new cards to our collection and unleashing powerful new strategies. Join us for this awesome adventure and welcome to the Pokémon Progression Series.
Alright, here we are with the winner's wheel for Neo Destiny. Let's see what I get. And it's a holographic. I'll have to see exactly what I'll want. Might have an idea, but we'll have to see. Alright, so for my wheel spin I got Hollow, and I decided to choose Professor Elm, since I only had 2, and it's a pretty good card to have, being able to redraw your hand if need be. So yeah, I wanted to have a 3rd of him.
Alright, so it has quite literally been an eternity since we have done the last progression series, and fair warning, some of what you're about to see is footage that has been recorded for over a year now, and that we are just now getting to actually producing and uploading. However, that doesn't change the fact that we need to spin this wheel, as we did lose the last episode, and to be honest, I'm at a point where I don't even remember what we necessarily lost to, or what we were playing. I know that it was Neo Revelation, and that we are playing Neo Destiny right now, and that I've already done my draft, but I haven't done my wheel. So with that, let's just get into it and spin this frickin' wheel. Needless to say, I also don't even know what I'm hoping for. Obviously, Ditto would be nice, but alright, well, we get the Ditto, so that's pretty cool. Now, with this Ditto, I have literally no idea what I'm going to pick. As stated, actually, I'm pretty sure, anyways, in the Neo Revelation episode, I already know what I'm playing this time around, just because I have such a good card pool for a very specific deck that happens to be very good in the Neo Destiny format. So I don't know if I'm missing any cards for that, but I will certainly give it a peek and check it out. Alright, so I had realized that actually, I'm not sure exactly the count, but we had established prior that the loser of each episode, on top of spinning the loser wheel, which has either a fairly good opportunity to get ahead and a somewhat decent opportunity to start off on the right foot for the next episode, we had decided that they would also get to open, I think it's just one pack of the previous set, or ban a card. And based on the last episode, with Dark Weezing being an absolute dominant threat, I had decided to ban Goldberry. I scanned through some of my notes and had seen that I had apparently said that this card was already banned going into this episode. So that must have meant that at some point after the filming of that episode, I had completely raged and just decided that Goldberry was the problem card and that it was going to be going bye-bye. So Goldberry is no longer in the format. And with that, let me get into what I have actually decided to use my Ditto on. For my Ditto, I've decided on Super Scoop Up from Neo Genesis, as we had initially only pulled the one copy of. And really, there aren't any other trainers from the Neo era thus far that I feel like we missed out on multiples of. And since we don't have access to any of the good babies, either through just neither one of us pulling them or outright banning them, I feel like this is probably our best option. The only other 2 cards I was considering were Darkness and Metal Energy, but we have 2 more opportunities in the coming sets to pull those, whereas we only have 1 more opportunity to pull this card, and I feel like for the specific deck that we are playing this week, this card makes the most sense. And because of that, we're adding another copy to our collection.
Alright, here we are with the Neo Destiny pack opening. This set features a lot of dark and light Pokemon, like Dark Arios. Also like these arts with these clay-looking Pokemon. I think those are neat. Dark Artillery, Light Flora, Shining. There's a few Shining in here. Only one that I think is really good is maybe the Raichu, maybe the Charizard. Counterclaw, new tool, could be of use. Dark Gengar's nice. Light Piloswine. Light Dragonair being a rare, and then Dragonite also being a rare. Makes it feel like you're just not gonna really ever pull them both. The unknowns are, in my opinion, dead slots. You know, they're useless. 10 damage. And you have to have a bunch of them on the bench to do something. It's not that great. Shining Tyranitar.
Another Dark Gengar. Broken Mew. Shining Mewtwo. Shining Noctowl. Unknown.
Dark Crobat's nice. I like that. Dark Ursaring isn't that great. 60 HP. Stage 1. That 10 damage your own bench. Light Lantern. The problem with the light Pokemon, I feel like, is that they help your opponent too much. Not all of them, but some of them like this. Like, your opponent may draw a card. It just feels like you're helping them a little too much. Radio Tower, Shining Kutops. Another Shining Celebi. Dark Alligator, Anti-Baby. The Shining Raichu. Letting you do 40 to the Pokemon and 20 or more to their bench. Another Dark Crobat. A third Dark Crobat. Nice, nice. We got Counterclaw. Porygon. Don't think I've seen the Dark Porygon too, which does stuff for I think stadiums. Like this rules like a swap out thing, put it back in your hand so you can remove damage. Like Machoke also returns one of your bench Pokemon to the deck, shuffling it. It could be good for denying a prize, but a lot of the light ones just feel kind of weak. Gligar I feel looks good on fighting, since it's a 0 retreat cost and you can paralyze and poison the Pokemon. But there's the Dark Porygon that lets you get out a stadium card. And then for 20 you can potentially avoid all damage. Now there's the Light Machamp. I think the Light Machamp's not that bad, because if you're fighting a dark Pokemon you can potentially do 100 instead of just 50 for 3. And when you play it from your hand, you remove 3 damage counters from your active Pokemon, which can either be itself or another Pokemon, which I think is pretty good. I think it's a 4th Dark Gengar, but I don't think I have that many Dark Haunters to go with it. Plenty of Ghastlies though. 13 of them. Let's see what we got. 4 Dark Gengars, yeah. Oh, 3 Dark Haunters, yeah. We could do that. 3 Dark Crobats. Some Dark Flaffies. Decent amount of trainer cards. Didn't get too many Shinings, which is good, because you only can have one of them in your deck anyway. Plenty of Light Sephoras, which is good for if you're doing a grass deck. I would have liked to use Machamp if I had at least 2 more of them. It seemed like it'd be fun. But probably gonna have to do something with the Dark Gengar, maybe? Maybe the Crobat as well could do something like that. We'll see.
36 packs of Neo Destiny starting now. So to be honest, I don't know exactly what all is good in this set. It's been quite a while since James and I have actually done the last Progression Series episode, and really the only knowledge I have is from editing the Neo Revelation episode. Bit of insider there. I do know some of the really good cards that we're looking for, but most of these cards I'm going to have to stop and look at. I know the Dark Ursaring isn't very good, but that is a good note to sort of start off on, is that the Dark Pokemon are back in this set. This is the return of Dark Pokemon, as they have been absent since Team Rocket. We have a bunch more unknown, although none of them are really playable.
Honestly, I kind of already know what I'm playing this week, and I don't think any of the cards from this set are really going to impact that. The other thing in this set that gets introduced is the opposite or parallel to the dark Pokemon, which are the light Pokemon, which instead of having higher damage, lower HP, supposedly they have higher HP, lower damage. But again, it's very loose and they don't really follow with the concept very well. Flipping up here, oh, well, that's one of the huge cards that we get. So, Miracle Energy is basically double Rainbow Energy, but you can only play one in your deck, and it can only be attached to Light Pokemon or Shining Pokemon, which I believe we have Shining Pokemon. Honestly, again, can't remember. It's been so long since we've actually done the progression series. And we're getting quite a few light Pokemon here, so if there ends up being a light strategy that we want to go with, we'll definitely be including that Miracle Energy, so I'm glad we got the one. Hopefully we don't double up on it. The Light Lantern is pretty good. Its Searchlight allows you to get any card from your discard pile and put it back into your hand. However, your opponent gets to do the same thing. Dark Fortress is also pretty good, but probably won't be good enough until Legendary Collection. Another Houndour definitely is always nice. We got a second Dark Ursaring, which we are not really looking to pick up any more copies of those. The Mail from Bill can be pretty good, especially after rotation, which is coming up pretty soon. We're going to be pretty desperate on draw cards, and I think Mail from Bill might make its inclusion in a couple decks, but right now we have much better options. Yeah, really, unfortunately, the regular rares in this set are not very good. Everything in this set, to my knowledge, is at the very high end at the holo rare, which right now we're not really getting any. We do get a Dark Magcargo, which is actually something that could come up in the deck that I am planning on playing. It does spread damage to the bench on just its ability, and then its attack as well. It gives you the option to do spread damage. And we have quite a few of the other Magcargo that is quite good, so we might end up playing just one of these, or maybe two of them, just to put a little pressure on James whenever he tries to set up his board. Also, Energy Stadium is pretty good as well, since if we are going with a Dark Magcargo or just a fire strategy in general, we're definitely going to end up with a lot of energy in our discard pile, and Energy Stadium can help us get that back. So we're definitely looking to pick up more copies of that. Oh, we actually get our first Shining here, Shining Mewtwo. Shining Mewtwo is definitely one of the better Shining Pokemon, especially with its Psyburst attack, which is the main thing we would build around. It lets you do 40 damage, and then if you discard a Fire Energy, or I think you have to discard a Fire Energy, you can then do an extra 10 damage for each energy attached to your opponent's active Pokemon, which can definitely add up. So Shining Mewtwo is kind of an OHKO threat, and especially once we get Legendary Collection, which I believe gives us plus power back, it's definitely going to be something to look for. We get a Porygon as well, which is really important because I believe the Rocket Porygon is something that we might not have gotten too many copies of. I mean, I believe it was a common, so I feel like that wouldn't be the case, but for some reason I remember not having too many copies of it, and we are looking to pick up some of the Dark Porygon 2s. Also get another one of the Energy Stadiums, which is really nice. We get our second Shining. We get a Shining Noctowl. Shining Noctowl is really cool because you can play it with the Shining Mewtwo, and it still has the same energy type requirements, which is a Psychic and a Lightning. It does 30 base damage, and then depending on the coin flips, it'll either be asleep, confused, or paralyzed, which is pretty cool. And yeah, this could actually maybe end up in a deck. If we end up getting... We already got the Shining Mewtwo. We have the Miracle Energy, so maybe this is something we can build around. Unfortunately, the problem is that we're really planning on doing a fire deck, and I don't want to include Rainbow Energy, but we will see. Yeah, nothing really of note in this pack. Unfortunately, a lot of the dark Pokemon here are just as bad, if not worse, than the dark Pokemon in the original Team Rocket set, but later down the line, when we get Team Rocket Returns in the EX era, we'll see a much better resurgence of dark Pokemon. Yeah, I mean, also you gotta look out for the unknowns that are in the rare slot for some reason. We get Light Azumarill, which is pretty good. Again, though, it's a card that will be better after we get Legendary Collection, so, which is kind of just in general a theme for this set, that most of the cards in here aren't going to be good enough until Legendary Collection, and then once Team Rocket rotates, a lot of these cards are going to go right back to being bad. However, we do also get a heal powder, which I've failed to mention, but this is pretty good because it's a potion and a full heal combined, basically, which is pretty nice. We get a Light Togetic, too, or Togetic, however you want to say it. So this card isn't very good, but it really showcases what the Light Pokemon are all about. Just benefiting your opponent, as it lets your opponent search for a tool card, and its attack lets them draw a card. And again, I feel like if the Light Pokemon had really stuck to what their core was, which was higher HP and benefiting the opponent with less or like weaker attacks, it would have been a cool strategy, but 60 HP on a stage 1 is not high HP. 80 HP on a stage 1, and I would have been like, okay, you know, that's standard, but not all stage 1s have 6 or 80 HP, so I would have at least been okay with that. But nope, we get a 60 HP stage 1, which is not very good. Another Light Lantern, which is, again, one of the better Light Pokemon. So if we were to end up going the Shining Mewtwo, Shining Noctowl route, the Light Lantern fits in pretty well with that deck, although considering we really need to pick up a win, I'm definitely looking to pick up something more meta than this deck, at least at the moment. If we get a lot more of the cards that we would need to play the deck, then maybe I will. We get another Shining Pokemon. We get Shining Raichu. Shining Raichu is pretty good because it does 40 to the active and then can snipe for 10 per water energy attached to it. So typically a 40-20 split, but you could get some crazy numbers out of it. The real issue is that's a lot of commitment to put on a 70 HP Pokemon. It's still a cool card for sure, and I'm glad we picked it up, but I am really doubtful that it'll see the light of day. We got our third Dark Slowking. Unfortunately, Dark Slowking, it just really isn't that good. I believe the Light Golduck is pretty good. I'll give that a better look later. We are halfway through now, and we get a second Shining Raichu, which literally doesn't do us any good, as you can only play one Shining Pokemon of its name in your deck. So, Shining Raichu, the second copy, completely useless. Oh, we do get a Radio Tower, actually, which Radio Tower is really good. So Radio Tower is, it's weird to say that it's really good, but it's a stadium that doesn't do a whole lot. It lets each player look at the top 2 cards of their deck during their turn at any point, and then they put them back in the same order. So basically what it does is if you have a draw card in your hand, it tells you whether or not those are the cards you want to draw, or if you'd rather shuffle your deck first. And, you know, obviously you would have to have a way to shuffle your deck, but luckily in the Neo or the Rocket On era, there are quite a few ways to shuffle your deck. So it requires a lot of pieces for it to seem good, but otherwise it's, again, a stadium card that's decent enough to play without really having to run the risk of it being too beneficial to your opponent. So depending on the deck we play, this is definitely something we'll look at. And we're looking to pick up more copies of it for sure. We get Lucky Stadium, which is another pretty good stadium card that's similar to Radio Tower in the sense that it's basically draw support. You flip a coin, and then if heads, draw a card. Each player gets access to it per every stadium, but since it's a coin flip and it's only a single card, it really doesn't seem that bad. Even if your opponent ends up getting more successful flips than you do in a game, it'll still seem pretty good, because when you do get your successful flips, that one card could be the difference. We get a second Dark Magcargo. I don't really think we'd play 2 Dark Magcargo. We would maybe play the 1, but 2 seems a little bit excessive, but I'm glad we have it in our pocket just in case. And a third Dark Magcargo. Well, we're definitely not going to be playing 3 Dark Magcargo, but I'd still rather have the third Dark Magcargo than a third Shining Raichu. But we do get a Shining Kabutops, which is definitely not one I was hoping or expecting to get. So Shining Kabutops actually has really high damage output. at a base of 30 for 3 energy, and then on a coin flip does 40 and then 10 damage to each of the benched. Or you have Water Slash, which does 50 damage, and then another 10 damage for each water energy not used to pay for its cost. I don't think Water Slash would really ever come up, but otherwise, I don't really think this is something we're going to be looking at, because unfortunately, Fighting is one of the weakest types in this format, whereas Lightning is pretty good. I don't have the pieces to play the good Lightning decks, and again, we would have to combo it with some sort of fighting strategy, and the best fighting strategy that was available to us is what we used last episode, and we lost horribly. So I'm not really looking to play that again anytime soon. Energy Amplifier is a weird risk versus reward thing where you can sacrifice an energy in hand to potentially get a better output from your deck, but it's unreliable, and there's already better energy searching cards in the format, so I'm not really looking at that card at all. We get another one of the rare unknowns, which wasn't really looking to pick up, so that's unfortunate. A third of the rare unknowns, super unfortunate, but we do get another Energy Stadium, which is pretty good, so we have a good wide variety of stadiums to choose. We get a second Shining Kabutops, definitely a terrible pickup, wasn't looking for it, didn't want it, and I hate it. Really, at this point, what I'm really looking for is a Dark Porygon 2, but I do already see here, this is a Dark Tyranitar, which, Dark Tyranitar, if this wasn't our first copy, with it being, I believe, 2/3 through the opening already, then I would say this is pretty awesome. Dark Tyranitar is actually a really good card. 90 HP on a Dark Pokemon is pretty insane, even for a Stage 2. That's, like, really high for a Dark Pokemon especially. There's tons of tons of Pokemon that aren't even Dark Pokemon that have lower HP at a Stage 2. So the Dark Tyranitar is definitely really good. And yeah, glad to pick it up, but I wish that we'd gotten one sooner. We get a Light Dragonair. Light Dragonair is also pretty good, but it really only matters if we get the Light Dragonite, which again we're coming close to the end of the opening here, so I'm not so sure that we'll get that. Really just looking for a Dark Porygon 2 or a second Dark Tyranitar at this point, because if we get 2, then maybe it's worth playing. We get a Dark Houndoom. The Dark Houndoom is unfortunately not good enough because of its, again, very low HP, which is the staple of Dark Pokemon. But to have HP that is lower than a lot of basics in the format that don't evolve, it's really not good. I mean, you can literally see right here, the Mantine has the same HP as the Stage 1, which is completely not ideal. Oh, we actually get the Chansey. The Chansey is pretty good. It's a really high HP basic Pokemon. If we are looking to replace Stall, because we do have plenty of Miltank and the Chansey now, Chansey could be a good card. It doesn't have the Stall attacks like the original Chansey did, but it still has pretty high HP, and its retreat cost isn't bad, so it's a decent Stall option for sure. Still just really looking to pick up that Dark Porygon 2, and we don't get it. We get a Light Machamp, which the Light Machamp is pretty decent, and again, it's one of those things where if we had gotten more, it's definitely something I would have looked at, but otherwise, it's kind of too little too late. Third Energy Stadium, I believe, which is pretty awesome, and then we do get another rare unknown. But this is the different one. This is the W. Not that it really matters. And when we get our fourth H unknown, I believe it's our first counterattack clause, which is a new tool card, which I believe basically acts as the original Rocky helmet. So this is something that I would have, again, really liked to see more copies of, but unfortunately I believe that's our first one. We get another Shining Pokemon. I feel like we have half of the Shining Pokemon in the set. We get Shining Celebi. Shining Celebi is really only a card that I would play if I was playing a Grass Psychic deck. Otherwise, it's not worth running because it only does 10 HP for the two energy, the Grass and the Psychic. And then its effect is pretty good. You flip a coin, or you flip a number of coins equal to the number of energy attached to your opponent's defending Pokemon or their active Pokemon. And then as long as you get one of those coin flips as a head, then you can choose what status condition they get afflicted by, which is pretty good. even for just the 10 damage. But again, I would really only play it as like a tech option in a Grass Psychic deck if I was already planning on running one. I wouldn't build around it by any means. Last pack, and we got crap. I didn't even realize it was the last pack until I clicked. But yeah, we didn't really get anything here. Really, the biggest takeaway is the Miracle Energy, which is pretty nice. It at least validates the idea or the concept of playing some of the Shining Pokemon, because otherwise it is not really worth it. We got the Dark Mad Cargos, which is pretty good. All the stadiums we were looking for, and then the Dark Tyranitar, but again, we only got the one, so it's just really not enough, unfortunately. So a really mid, if not just completely miserable opening. But yeah, I think we already knew what we were gonna run going into this, so this wasn't really ever going to affect what we were playing anyways. So with that, I will see you in the deck build.
Alright, here's the deck I came up with, a Grass Psychic deck. Running Dark Goldbats and Dark Crobats with the Doc Hunters and Dark Gengars. Ghastly Zubat. The whole premise of the deck is mostly to get weak basic Pokemon in. Babies would be more ideal, but they're not. I doubt he's going to bring any. But bringing weak basics and have Golbat and Crobat pick them off with their Pokepowers or their attacks if necessary. And then we got Gengar as like a backup plan for the sleep, since these guys all put Pokemon to sleep. If they're asleep, it's hard for them to wake up, so these guys can do what they need to do in the back. I threw an Ambipom in there because I didn't like that I had only 8 basics, so I added him for like less chance of mulligan, and then free retreat if I needed to get him out of there. And he's got the psychic resistance since we have psychic weakness. And then if I need to get him out of play at a certain point, like early on in the game, if I start with him, I can use Pilfer just to return him so that he's not taking up any bench space if necessary. I threw in a Counter Claw. Could have put more, but I thought, why not just try one? 20 damage might come in handy. Some energy arcs to get the energy, since I'm not doing too many. It's just 12, 8, and 4. Since I'm mostly only going to be attacking with these guys, the Crobats and Goldbats I may attack with, but probably not, so I don't really need to heavily set them up. Erica's Perfume, if he does have any basic Pokemon that, or babies, or no, it's just basics. I can bring them out forcibly. Manners to make sure I can get more basic Pokemon, because again, there's not many. The Evolution Spray works good with the Dark Golbat, Dark Crobat. You devolve, so that when you evolve, you can get the Pokepower again. Elm for just if you need it. Rocket Hideout for all these dark Pokemon. Get 20 more HP, so they're, normally low, but like that'll make it a little bit bulkier. Scoop Up, also kind of like Hyper De-Evolution Spray. Since it all gets returned in my hand, you can either deny a prize or just have to evolve back up a Golbat or to a Crobat, getting more of that. Boss's Way lets you search for these for more consistency, and then the energy. I think it'll be a fun deck. I don't think it's necessarily strong or going to win, but it would be nice to get it to work and do its thing. But we'll see how that goes.
So this is the deck that I landed on for this week of the Progression Series, and it's Magmatic Howl, or Entei Mag Cargo, if you will, if you want to be traditional. I prefer the fun names. This deck is one that is traditionally played in the Neo-On era due to cards like Oracle, which just kind of generally help you set up Entei. However, we're going to be trying it out in the Rocket On format, as it's the last episode of Rocket On before we get to the Almighty Rotation, the second of the series so far, and I wanted to give it a shot. Honestly, it's more or less because of the fact that there isn't too much else I could be playing that gives me a good enough chance at winning to make me feel comfortable. We are playing from behind here, as once again, James has found himself in a winning position where he is up by 1 score on us, which really sucks, but that's where we are, and it's okay. But we need to get the win here so that we can at the very least tie things up before going into the E Series, where hopefully I will have a bit of a larger edge as I hopefully know a little bit more about E Series than him. Regardless, let's get into the actual deck. Starting off with Entei, we're playing 3 copies of it. It's a basic Pokemon with a pretty awesome ability that says whenever you put him into play from your hand, you can discard the top 5 cards of your deck, and if any of those cards are fire energies, you can attach them to any of your fire Pokemon in any way you like, and then you obviously discard the rest. This is a very powerful ability as there's not a whole lot of energy acceleration in this format, and being able to accelerate technically 5 fire energy in a single swoop is pretty crazy. On top of that, he has a pretty decent attack for 3 fire. He does 60 damage, and then he discards 2 fires in order to use it. Now, that's not that great, but it's still pretty good, and if we need to use Entei as an attacker, we certainly will. But our main attacker is going to be our Magcargo, which for 3 fire energy, his attack does 40 damage, and then you can discard any number of fire energy attached to him, and then the attack does 20 more damage for each fire you discarded in that way, which means his attack has the potential to do a total of 100 damage. And since Entei can very easily set up this Magcargo, this should theoretically be a steamroll type deck where basically once we get rolling, there won't be an easy way for James to stop us. Of course, that's the hope. Magcargo also has a pretty decent ability of his own called Magma Pool, which says if Magcargo moves from the active spot to the bench, you can move 1 fire energy from Magcargo to the new active Pokemon. Now, this will be useful in situations where James decides to double gust us, or if we need to use a double gust. It kind of just ensures that if we are a little bit behind on energy acceleration, that it's not a huge deal. Of course, we do have to be careful about how we use this because we don't want to end up losing energies to a big KO. And of course, we're playing the 3 Magcargo, but we are playing 4 Slugma. It's just tradition for me. I really like playing more of more of the basic Pokemon than the evolution, pretty much always. And the Magma's pretty good. Has Flare for just 1 fire, does 10 damage, and then Magma Ring does 20 damage, and the opponent's Pokemon can't retreat. Which is fairly good. And he has 50 HP, which is pretty decent. So, honestly, it's a good package, the Slugma Magcargo. And then just for precautionary measures, and because we don't have Clefas at our disposal, we're going to be playing Igglybuff. I'm not really too sure what James is going to be playing. I know he really... Oh, well, I didn't mean to remove that second Igglybuff, but we'll add that back. Don't you worry. I don't really know what he's going to be playing, but I know he has been talking a lot about the Dark Crobat deck, so if he got decent pulls for that, I'm sure that's what he will be playing. Otherwise, though, this is just precaution as Igglybuff shots off abilities once per turn, so let's say he goes back on the Fortress for whatever reason, this will help prevent us from getting totally donked on by any sort of lingering ability that he might have that affects us on our turn. As for our trainers, we are playing 4 Balloonberry. This is mainly for our Magcargo because it has such a high retreat cost, and also, if necessary, it can help us use the Magcargo's ability when needed. We're playing 4 Double Gusts, just kind of a necessary evil in this format. Kind of sucks that, it goes both ways, but what are you going to do? We're playing 2 Erica. That's all we have. This was, honestly, if I'd gotten a Ditto earlier on, like maybe last episode, or even the episode before. Well, I guess the episode before. No, I could have still gotten the Ditto from the winner's wheel. Erica's a card I might have considered, but we only have the 2, so we're playing 2. It's just good draw power, and really, there's not a whole lot of draw power in this format, and since we can't play Challenge in this deck due to the fact that Entei has to be placed from our hand, it's just not worth it to play Challenge. We're playing 4 Good Manners, just to search out basic Pokemon, and especially since Entei is our main basic and really likes being in the hand, Good Manners is an obvious 4 of inclusion and far superior to Challenge in this specific build. We're playing 3 Nightly Garbage Run, which I think is the most we've ever played in a deck, but it's just because Entei discards so many cards and we are likely to lose some Pokemon that we actually need, especially since we are playing such a low count of them. Playing 3 Breeder Fields. Honestly, probably could have gotten away with 2, but I would prefer the consistency to hopefully be able to search out Magcargos a little more reliably. 3 Professor Elm as well. Once again, sort of a necessary evil. It's just worse Professor Oak in most cases, but it's the best option we have for draw power, so we're playing 3 of it. Playing 2 Secret Mission. This is probably like the second or third best draw card, honestly. It is about to rotate, but it's kind of weird just because of the fact that you have to discard cards, but since you get to choose how many to discard, and that equates to however many cards you draw, this card will either sit in our hand most turns, or we can use it whenever we really, really are desperate for cards. Then we've got 2 Super Scoop Ups, which we've just added the second one into our collection, so we were definitely playing those today. But this just helps sort of reset the Entei to allow us to accelerate quicker. But the one downside that I forgot to mention about Entei is that using its ability actually ends your turn, which does make this whole strategy a little bit risky. But since all of our Pokemon have pretty high HP, it shouldn't be that big of a deal. I kind of doubt we'll get donked on. It's entirely possible, but it's unlikely. So the Super Scoop Up will just help if we get some sort of bad discards off of Entei. Could also be good for stalling if we end up, taking a lot of damage. We can always reset that way. Then 1 Warp Point. It's literally just Escape Rope. It's like Double Gust, but each person gets to choose their own Pokemon to switch in. And then 2 Radio Towers. So this has 2 purposes. The first being that mainly if he is on the Dark Crobat strategy, I don't want him to use Rocket's Hideout. So this will replace Rocket's Hideout whenever he tries to play it. And then the second use is that it's actually pretty good for helping us determine whether or not we want to play our Entei. Because we can use this, check the top 2 cards. If neither one of them are energy, then we're probably safe to use a draw card and then play an Entei. Or something along those lines. Just kind of generally useful for predicting the future, I suppose. And then lastly, we are playing a total 18 Fire Energy. We're trying to max out as much as we can without diluting our actual deck power. So honestly, I would have loved to play 20, but we just couldn't afford the extra 2 slots for energy. But I think 18 is a fine number to go with, because realistically, we don't technically need more than 9 in this deck. Like, if it weren't for the fact that this is an energy acceleration deck, the most I would probably play in here is 12. But since we are accelerating energy and we need them to show up in the discard as much as possible, we're playing 18. And this is sort of going off the philosophy of like the Miraidon deck in Modern, where you want to be playing at least like 13, 14 lightning energy in order to reliably use your electric generators. So it's very similar to that, but we've got an Entei that does it instead, and it ends your turn, which is crazy how far power creep has come. But yeah, so that's pretty much it. That's the deck, and hopefully we can actually pull out a win with this, because otherwise I will be devastated. Really, really want the win on this, especially going into E-Series. I don't even know what I would necessarily want out of the winner wheel if we do win, but a win would be huge here. Alright, I'm gonna roll the dice. Do you want odds or evens?
Evens.
Odds.
God damn it.
I will be going first. GLHF.
Drawing cards, and I have to mulligan.
Don't forget to reveal your hand.
Oh, you got a mulligan as well.
I also got a mulligan, yes. So that
Alright,
means
send
neither one of
all
us
to-
will be drawing.
Alright, I have a basic. Do you?
I unfortunately have a basic. Yeah,
Face down.
I honestly wish that I could mulligan this
Seems
hand.
laggier tonight.
It does seem pretty laggy. I'm sending 6 cards to my prize pool. Alright, flip them up.
For a second, I did not see your card.
Alright, draw for turn. I can see I'm going to play Slugma,
Balls.
and then I'm going to play 2 Good Manners.
What good manners.
The first one, obviously, I'm going to be playing onto my bench, and then the second one I will actually add to my hand. So I'll show you my hand.
Yep. Fire, double gust, and secret mission. Okay.
With my first Good Manners, I'm going to be adding an A-Palm and adding it to my bench.
Okay.
And then with my second Good Manners, I will be adding an Entei to my hand. And then I think I will attach a Fire Energy to Entei, just to retreat him. Bring out A-Palm. And then I'm going to play Entei from my bench, activating its ability. 5 to the discard, 2 Fire Energies. I will be attaching both of them to Slugma. Actually, I'm going to be attaching them to... That ends my turn, so I'll pass it to you.
Draw 1 card. Play good manners. Kill my cards.
Wow.
I will use good manners to get out a Zubat. And then I'm also going to play this Boss's Way to grab out a gold bat. And then I will play an energy onto Zubat. Guess that ends my turn.
Okay.
I guess. I don't know. I can't do anything.
You could have retreated and attacked with the Zubat.
That'd be kind of pointless.
Yeah, I mean, this much is true.
You're just going to have Entei kill whatever's in front.
Not exactly. I'm going to double gust.
Yeah. I mean, at least I get you to waste that.
That's true, actually, yeah. So your strategy does pay off. Then what would you like to bring out?
Oh, I get to choose?
Yeah.
I forgot about that. Well, I'd choose the, I guess I'll bring out the Slugma.
Okay. I'll attach a Fire Energy to Slugma. And then I'll attack for 10 damage and pass turn.
Draw for turn. I will play a Psychic Energy on Ghastly. I will retreat into Ghastly. I will evolve Zubat the Dark Golbat, doing 10 damage to, your Slugma.
Okay.
And then I will hit it for 10 more, putting it to sleep.
Honestly, kind of a huge misplay. I got way too overzealous with the double gust.
I thought you were talking about what I would do, and I was like, well, I don't got much else to do.
No. In between turns, flipping for a sleep, and I wake up.
Of course.
Draw for turn. Not what I wanted to see. We'll attach a Fire Energy to Slugma, and I'll go for Magma Ring for 20 damage.
Yep. I will now draw for turn. Just have to hope for the best and put you to sleep again.
Another 10 damage. And then...
Stay asleep.
In between turns.
Please. Please.
Nope.
No.
I wake up, draw for turn. I will attach a Fire Energy to my Entei on the bench. And then I will go in for Magma Ring, getting the knockout.
Alright, draw for turn. Oh, thank God. Good manners.
2 Hyper Divos.
I'll grab another Zubat. I will play the Dark Gold Bat.
Yep.
And then I will end poison you, and then it's your turn. Yeah, which it's still gonna be 40. It's like the same effect as bite. I just think the poison's actually better unless you're just gonna in most scenarios.
Yeah, unless I have a low retreat Pokemon inactive.
Will you deny me the prize?
Yeah, I'm thinking. Yeah, I'm going to Nightly Garbage Run, putting back Mag Cargo, Slugma, and a Fire Energy. And then I'm going to attach another Fire Energy to Entei. And then I'm going to go in for Magma Ring for 20 damage. Then in between turns, I get KO'd. And then I will bring up Apom.
Oh, that was the worst prize to actually pick out of those.
Then I'll pass the turn.
We'll draw for turn. Erica's perfume. Let me see what's in your hand.
I got quite literally nothing for you.
Okay, secret plan, fire energy. All right, cool. Grass energy here again. I will attempt a super scoop up on the Zubat in play. It fucking fails. Cool. All right. Gold bat, it takes 10 damage to the Apom.
10 damage to Apom.
And then I poison your monkey.
No.
Poison your monkey.
Draw for turn. It's really unfortunate because I really don't want to have to.
Put a fire energy on the monkey. I know. That's why I poisoned it.
It's more. It's not even so much that I'm annoyed that I would. I'm annoyed that probably the best play is to bring out the Entei, but his attack is so expensive.
And you gotta use it on a Zubat.
And I gotta use it on a Zubat that only has 10 HP left.
Like running through Mount Moon with your overpowered Pokemon and you just run into another Zubat and you're pissed off.
Because if I put the fire energy on Apom, it's not even guaranteed that I kill it. And then on top of that, I'm still poisoned. And you have the 2 energy to KO me anyways. Alright, I'm retreating it.
These are all truth.
I'll bring out the Entei and place another fire energy on it. And then I will do the stupid and discard 2 of them to get a knockout.
I mean, if I don't pull a basic here, I lose, so.
This is also true, regardless of it being an annoying ordeal, I suppose.
Alright, draw for turn, or we'll pass turn. Draw for turn. Oh, it's GG.
It's GG?
Yeah, Erica's perfume.
Oh, yeah.
Let me see what in your hand.
Yeah, I still don't have anything.
And then I kill your Apom.
True, yeah, you can still do that, yeah.
Which gets me another card that was pointless.
I can appreciate your resolve, though, in trying to close it out. On to game 2. I take it you're going first this time?
Yes.
Do you have a playable hand?
I do. Do you?
I do. Not a great one, but a playable hand nonetheless.
Hey, I feel you. Alright. And flip time.
Face up.
Yes, Lee. Slug my balls.
Slugma.
Draw for turn. It's time to go wild. I will play Good Manners. Reveal all cards.
Wow. Starting with the Dark
card.
Crobat, that's unfortunate. I hate that you have the hideout already. It's
I will
all
get the Zubat. I will also play the Boss's Way.
Yeah.
Grab a Dark. I will then play Energy Arc. One head. One head is all I really needed.
Yeah, honestly.
Fine. And then I will put the Psychic Energy that I get straight onto Ghastly.
Very good.
I will pretend to put you to sleep.
Draw for turn. Ugh. Don't like that draw. I'll play Erica. Drawing 3.
I will.
You can opt to
I will
draw
draw
3
3.
as well. I'll put a Slugma on the bench. I'll attach a Fire Energy to my active Slugma. And then I will Flare for 10.
I will draw for turn. I will evolve Zubat and hit the Slugma up front for 10. I will attach a Grass Energy to said Zubat. Or we'll Cold Bat now.
I can see how this is about to get nasty.
I will play Good Manners. Reveal cards.
Yep.
Zubat on the field. I will also play Boss's Way to grab Dark Gold Bat. I will. Oh, I said I put you to sleep.
Oh, okay. So 10 damage.
Cut out. And
go
your
to
night night.
sleep.
Now will the sleep stick?
No, it will not.
Sleep no. Absolute worst fucking status condition.
Yeah, sleep sucks. He's got another Golbat and a Crobat, so you can KO my Slugma next turn. I'm gonna Super Scoop up.
Come on, fail. I failed.
Yeah, fuck. I was really hoping I wouldn't have to do this, but I guess in this case I do. Fine. I'm Eric. I'm gonna use Erica. Not what I wanted to see. Going to attach a balloon berry to my Slugma on the bench. And then I'm going to Professor Elm. I almost got the exact same hand. Like, I think literally the exact same hand. Yeah, what the fuck? I literally got the exact same hand. What the hell?
Well, you moved the cards to the top of the deck and then didn't shuffle.
No. If you look at the
Oh,
log.
you shuffled their main deck. Okay, never mind then. You just got unlucky. I'm
I
sorry.
yeah, that's like insane. I literally just got the exact same hand.
Hey,
That's
consistency at least, right?
that's fucking stupid. All right. Well, since God hates me, I'm just gonna attack with flare
Yeah, I
again
got the
to do
power of
another 10
God in
damage.
anime on my side.
So I'm just gonna attack and pass.
Alright, so I'm gonna evolve this Zubat to a Goldbat, and this Goldbat to a Crobat. The 30
Yeah.
damage knocks out your Slugma. I will devolve the Crobat.
Okay.
I think I just put you to sleep. Right? Is
Okay.
that what I want to do? Yeah, that's what I want to do.
So I will
And
take
maybe this time it'll stick.
unlikely. I will add a
Yeah,
damage counter
unlikely.
and
It just has to
then
stick one time, man. Just one time.
go to sleep. In
Just one
between
time.
turns, I wake up.
Just one time.
No, I don't wake up.
Yes! Oh my god, finally sleep does something.
Which is unfortunate. Just gonna play Entei. It's literally the only play I can make. Activate its ability.
Reader, fire,
I
double
got
gust,
one.
reader.
So I'll attach one to Entei. And that's the
Okay.
turn. In between turns, do
Okay.
I wake up? I do. Not that it matters though, you can just put me right back to sleep.
I will now draw for turn. I will not put you back to sleep as you think, actually.
You're gonna evolve?
I'm gonna double evolve, knocking it out.
Oh. Well, I
And
don't
then I
like
will
that.
devolve one of them.
I'm gonna move Entei to active.
I will then. I'll wait on that.
Have you
I'll wait
taken
on
any of
that.
your prizes?
Oh, I haven't. I forgot. I forgot I was killing your Pokemon.
Yeah, you should
I was
be
like,
up.
yeah, I'm just.
Yeah, you should be up 2
I was like,
prizes.
yeah, I'm just gonna knock him out here. He's gonna have nothing left. And then you put out the end. I was like, fuck. I wasn't even thinking about the prizes. Okay. Oh, well, that helps a little bit. There's a Ghastly on the bench now.
Okay.
He's meant to be there. I play Dark Magician. He's meant to be there. I play Pot of Greed. I draw 3 cards. Yeah, that doesn't really change too much. Okay, I will put you to sleep. Yeah.
I'm asleep. And then do
Will
I
sleep
wake up?
stick this time? Find out on this
I
episode of. Oh
do
my
stay asleep.
god! Holy shit! Sleep is OP, man.
Draw for turn. I'll play Slugma.
Bug my balls is
I'll
back.
attach a fire to Entei. And I will
Oh,
pass turn.
we'll draw for turn.
Oh, in between turns, I gotta check if I wake up.
Oh yeah.
I do
You
wake up.
do. I will play this Grass Energy. I evolve this Ghastly.
Okay.
I evolve this Crobat or the Goldbat to a Crobat. I will do the 20 to Entei, and then I will play Elm
Alrighty.
and draw 7 cards. This is better. A little bit missing, but better. Okay. I'll play this Zubat.
Oh, when did you play Rocket's Hideout? I didn't even notice.
Oh, I played it right before I played Elm.
Oh, okay.
I will just put you to sleep.
Yeah. This
I can't
time
do
I am
anything else.
really hoping I wake up. Alright, in between turns, I wake up. Thank fucking God.
Hey, man.
Okay,
Sleep is OP.
that's hilarious. Alright. I will put a fire energy
On
on
Entei.
Entei, and then I will Professor Elm. I'll evolve Slugma, and then I will kill the Ghastly.
Oh, that's why you're running the Balloon Berry.
It's all coming together now, huh?
Yeah, I didn't even notice until now. Okay, these guys are dead, right?
Yeah, the Ghastly's dead, yeah.
Yeah, the Zubat can come in. He can just draw for turn.
Those Crobat, having both of those Crobats out is kind of scary.
What are you doing?
It's mainly just the
Yeah,
fact that they're so
definitely.
big with the Rocket's Hideout being out. So I'm not really
Yeah, I
scared
know.
of their damage output, but with them having such high HP,
Yeah, I wish their attack was better. The Dark Gold Bat's attacks actually is a bit better, if for this situation at least. I will use Energy Arc. Fuck. Yes. Psychic Energy.
Who could have guessed? Wonder who you're
You
gonna
see, but
attach it to.
you don't know nothing, actually.
Oh
That's
yeah.
the funny. You don't know nothing. No, I'm gonna actually put this grass energy on the Zubat,
Oh shit.
and then I'm gonna poison you.
Oh, that's not good.
Yeah, I'm gonna put you on a timer.
In between turns, take 1 damage. Draw for turn.
Yeah.
Well, I suppose there's no time like the present to say, let's go gambling. We'll play Super Scoop
Oh,
Up.
scoop up. No, please.
Let's go
Be so
gambling.
close.
Yes!
Oh,
Yes!
all that work.
I can't
No,
stop
and
winning! Yeah, and I'm gonna throw a few down here, actually. I'm gonna play Apom, and I'm going to play Entei.
I knew that was
Let's
coming.
see what happens.
Fire, Slugma, fire, fire.
I got
Fire.
3.
Oh,
Holy fuck.
no.
Attaching all 3 to Mag Cargo, and then I will pass turn.
Oh, yeah, the Entei thing ends the turn.
It does, yes.
I will play Super Scoop Up
Alright.
on Dark Crobat. Yes.
Alright, that's pretty good.
Now send these guys all to my hand.
You're just gonna try to slowly chip away at my Mag Cargo?
Shut your mouth. Hey, look, this guy's out again. You know what? I like that play so much. I think I'll have another.
Jesus.
Fuck yes.
Jesus.
Send all to hand.
Alright,
and
well
then
now
I
it's
will
actually
play
kind of scary, because next turn you'll be able to do
Distress.
20, and then the following 40.
Yes, you see the vision. That's energy there. And now you're poisoned. Fuck you.
In between turns, I take 1, and then I draw. Thinking here. Okay, I'm going to
Be your problem.
Nightly Garbage Run, putting 2 Fire,
Fire.
1 Slugma back into the deck. And then the nice thing about Entei's ability is that if you look carefully, it's actually optional. So I'm going to play an
May.
Entei from my hand, but not choose to activate its ability, and instead activate a Good Manners from hand. I am going to add a Slugma, but I must reveal my hand first.
Fire and
I think this is actually my first time looking through my deck this game. So yeah, I am going to add the Slugma to my bench. And then I'm going to attach a Fire Energy to Entei. And then I am going to get the knockout with Lava Flow.
Alright.
And then in between turns, I'll take 1 more damage because of poison.
Draw for turn. I will put a Psychic Energy on this Ghastly. Double Evolve. Both these will be hitting your Macargo.
Alright.
Then I will put you. Oh no, wait. Yeah, put you to sleep.
Alright. I take 1 more damage. I go to sleep. In between turns, I check for poison first, take another damage, and then let's see if I wake up. I do not wake up. Draw for turn. I'll play another energy onto Entei. I'll play a Good Manners. Oh, I gotta show you my hand first. And then I will add an Igglybuff to my bench. Might not be the best option, but that's okay. Actually, yeah, I'm not going to add it to my bench. I'm just going to keep it in my hand for now.
Why not?
I thought about your Crobats.
What do you mean?
What I am going to do, though, is... Well, it's not ideal, but if I don't get it, then I am for sure KO'd. And possibly more of my Pokemon KO'd next turn. So I am going to Secret Mission. 3 Dark Crobats. Jesus.
At least 3.
Alright, then I'm going to discard 1 Secret Mission from my hand.
Yep.
And draw 1 card. The card that determines my fate.
The heart of the cards, Yugi. The heart of the cards?
No. It is a useful card.
There
Um,
are no useless cards in my deck, Kaiba.
but not the card I was looking for. No. I guess I have no choice here, but I'm going to pass. And in
Alright.
between turns, I take one from poison. If I can fucking click on my card. It's very hard whenever it's sideways. For some reason, it bugs out. Alright, and then I
Yeah.
will check for whether or not I wake up. I do wake up.
2. Wow, crazy. Draw for turn. Finally. I'm gonna retreat
You don't have
now.
to do that, though. I mean,
And I'm gonna play this Ghastly who's gonna come out. You're probably wondering why, but no, you can keep wondering. I'm going to play Dark Gengar. He finally gets to show his smug little face. Yes, yes,
this is where this deck really gets scary.
yes, he finally shows up. I pass the turn, actually.
You are just gonna pass the turn. Okay.
I'm just
Well,
gonna pass the turn.
now we get
I
to
think
find
that's the
out if
correct
my
play.
Pokemon actually gets KO'd, and unfortunately
What
it
do you mean? The
does.
poison always goes off.
Bring out the Apom.
The monkey!
Draw for turn. For now, though, I'm going to retreat my Apom. Bring
Okay.
out Entei. I'm going to nightly garbage run, putting back a fire, a Slugma, and a Mad
Just like
Cargo.
my balls. And my car. No, fuck my cargo.
Why?
That guy's an asshole.
Then I'll attach a fire energy to Entei,
And then you're killing me.
and then I'm going to knock you out. As much as I really don't want to do that play, I think that is kind of my
That's
best option.
exactly why I did what I did and left those Ghastly in with no energy. Energy conservation! It's like fossil Ghastly. Just draw for turn. And I'm gonna play Psychic Energy on Gengar. You'll never see this coming.
2 Crobats.
Sleep.
Ah, alright.
Yeah, you didn't see
I
it
actually
coming
didn't
at
see
all.
that coming, yeah. So,
Yeah.
take a damage, go to sleep, and now I gotta flip 2 coins, correct?
Mm-hmm.
And if either one of them is heads, or if either one of them is tails, I stay asleep.
Yep.
Alright, I stay asleep.
Perfect.
Draw for turn. Gonna boot your Rocket's hideout.
Oh,
Yes, we get to peep if we so desire. I'm gonna attach
I
another
desire.
fire energy to Entei. Then I will pass turn. In between turns, see if I wake up.
Oh,
I do not.
draw for turn. Eric is preferring to see what's in your hand. Let's see. Igglybuff, Balloonberry. Okay, and Fire Energy. And then I will play that Igglybuff to play.
Yep.
Yes! This is why I saved the Golbats and why I wasn't evolving them. Ow. My Crobats come out, killing your Igglybuff. Now you cannot turn off my Poke Power. Alright, Nightly Garbage Run myself. I will bring back Psychic Energy, Zubat, and a Ghastly. Okay, I will play this Psychic Energy on Gengar. Oh, I can peep. I peep too. That'll tell me what I need to do. That does confirm exactly what I need to do. I will Elm. Pull your hand. Oh no, it's Shuffle afterwards. Or Shuffle. That was actually not what I needed to do.
You fucked it up.
Oh well, maybe I'll get them anyway. Surprise, surprise, I did not. I mean this hand isn't bad, just not what I wanted. I can't play any more trainers, but I can play a Pokemon. I will just hit you while you're sleeping, hit you while you're down.
I take 10 damage, and then in between turns, I stay asleep. Put a fire energy on Entei, and then I'm going to nightly garbage run, putting Igglybuff and 2 fire energies
Oh,
back into the deck,
it's supposed to be dead.
and then I'll pass turn. In between turns, see if I
Right.
wake up. I do not.
Well, I got what I wanted anyway. It was actually this draw. Peep 2, that's good, like that. I almost want to say they are. I think my last 2 prizes are the cards I need.
Excellent. That's what I like to hear.
Well, you're not going to like to hear this. I'm super scooping up. Fuck. Never mind, I'm not.
Yeah, I think I do like to hear that, actually.
You like Gengar being fully powered?
Sure.
Oh, do you like a de-evolution spray on my Dark Gold Crobat? No, I don't think you do.
No, I don't like that one so much.
And then I'm going to play a Boss's Way anyway. No, I'm pretty sure the prize ones are in my...
I was gonna say, I'd be insanely surprised to see if you still have stuff you can search.
Let's see. Oh,
Be
I
like a
did have
Dark
another one in my
Haunter.
deck. I did. I did.
Is it a Dark
I
Hunter?
thought they were
Oh,
both.
it's a Golbat.
Both were in there. Yes. Alright, so free retreat into Gengar. Yeah, then I use Pull In. If you has any bench Pokemon, I may bring them in. I choose Slugma. It takes 30 damage and then it is asleep.
In between turns, check if I wake up. I do not. I draw for turn. Okay, thank fuck. I mean, this still doesn't fully save me from the situation I'm about to be in, but I'm going to double gust. I'm gonna go with the Dark Golbat. Who are you choosing?
Entei with no energy. If you are going to retreat him, it's going to cost you. Unless you got a Bloomberry.
Bloomberry.
Fuck! Oh, I mean, that still costs you.
It does still cost me, just not an energy. And I'll bring
Yeah.
out Entei with energy, and I'll get the knockout.
Draw return. I will play the Psychic Energy on Ghastly and bring out Hunter. I will peep. I will free retreat into Gengar. I will evolve into Dark Goldbat, and I will put 10 on your Apom.
Alright, yep, see where this is going.
Yep.
I think this game is about to wrap up.
And then I will use Pull In and put Entei in the current slot that is in front of me to sleep.
Oh, okay.
I can't kill Apom.
Oh, because it resists. Yeah, that's true. I forgot about that. Okay, so I'm at 5 damage now, and I'm asleep. In between turns, I'm going to check if I wake up. I wake up.
And you do. Wow! What the fuck?
Yay. Draw for turn.
Does this save you?
No, not at all. Not even close, actually. Yeah, this is pretty bleak now. I'm pretty sure you can win next turn, but I will attach an energy to Entei and pass.
You are correct. I can win by evolving to Dark Crobat, knocking out Slugma, and then just using Pulling on it.
Yeah.
Which will grab me my prize, which were a Psychic and a Dark Goldbat. Just as I thought. The Dark Goldbat was there.
That moves us to game 3. Game 3, I'll be going first. I'm going to draw my cards. Jesus.
Do you have a playable hand?
I sure don't.
Okay, I will take the mulligan and draw 1, right?
Yes. Alright, I do have a playable hand now. Alright, you ready?
No, fuck you.
Draw for turn. Pass the turn. Yeah, honestly, based on my hand, I might just get totally donked.
I will play 2 good manners. Cards. Hey, look, he's here now. And so now I got a Ghastly. And an Erica's Perfume to see what you have.
Absolutely garbage hand is what I have.
Cargo and Radio Tower. And a bunch of fire. So begins the very, very, very slow process of killing a baby Pokemon. Okay, I flip a coin.
Yeah. If heads, it goes through. If tails, it fails. And it fails. Excellent. Draw for turn. Excellent. It's your turn.
Draw for turn. Going to play Dark Goldbat. Do 10 damage to your Igglybuff. And then I risk it for the biscuit.
I mean, how much is there to risk?
I mean, it's a whole card. Like, it's a decent card, but I think I go for it. Super Scoop Up.
Alright.
Yes. And all to hand. Right, Zubat comes back out. Which, knowing that I would have done that, I probably shouldn't have played Grass Energy on him until now. But whatever. Fuck it. Do I put your baby to sleep and do damage is what matters. Yes. 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 If you don't pull a basic, I win.
If I don't pull a basic, you win. Which I feel like is going to happen.
Or good manners. To get a basic or a good man.
Alright. GG's.
Really?
Yep.
Let's see your hand. Oh.
Yeah. I just got donked. That's really, really unfortunate.
My deck really just did what it was really meant to do, was just kill babies. And you had the one baby out.
And I literally only play the one baby in my deck, which really fucking sucks. That's how that ends up going.
Super Scoop play was definitely good there.
That is so insanely frustrating. Really, really wanted this deck to work. And I think...
Your deck was doing good. I think you just got a little unlucky.
Which is what sucks about it. Like last game was a very good game, and you just won out in the like the grindy bits of it. Because that's like the one
Yeah.
downside of this deck is it's
Burns fast.
yeah, it does play a lot of
That's
cards that help with the fact that it burns out pretty quickly. Like it plays a lot of
run
nightly
and yeah.
garbage run. I don't have 4 copies of it. I only have 3, so I was playing 3.
Okay. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
in the long run, the deck really starts to struggle, and it also doesn't help that I didn't have a full play set of Mag Cargo. I only have
How many did you have?
I have 3, so it's very close. Same with Entei. I
You
only had 3,
have
not
3?
4.
I thought you only had 2.
No, I
I don't remember seeing the third one.
3 of each. It's the downside to playing a deck that relies on having so much energy. Like obviously, I probably could have gotten away with playing less energy, but considering that the whole deck kind of revolves around Entei's ability to put a lot of
Accelerate.
energy on the field all at once, you kind of need to be playing an absurd amount of energy to guarantee
Yeah.
as many get onto the field as often as possible. But clearly, I got
Yeah.
punished here for it. I think that is all we have for today. As mentioned, next time we will be opening Expedition, which is the first set in E Series, as we are skipping reprint sets. That's why we didn't open base set 2. So we won't be opening Legendary Collection and just going straight into E Series with just 3 sets remaining in the WotC era. So hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, consider subscribing. But otherwise,
GG.
see ya.